So the Ghost Girl Diaries page, they posted a video asking about people's 3 a.m. experiences and how it's known as the witching hour and that the veil is thinnest in that time between 2 and 4. It's brought up a whole thing for me. When we moved into the house that my family still lives in, well, my mom and dad, the room that my sister and I had to share was this old nursery. It had like really old like circus wallpaper and stuff in it. That in itself kind of creeped us out, but I digress. We redid the room. They built a room for me in the basement. She and I would both wake up at exactly 3 o'clock in the morning. I'd be in the basement, she'd be upstairs, but we'd both end up being up. So then she went to college. I moved my room back up to that room. I still kept waking up at exactly 3 o'clock in the morning. And we had both already had kind of like experiences in that house. You know, I'd be vacuuming and I'd feel like somebody was literally standing right behind me. Or our parakeets would go absolutely insane. You'd be homesick from school. Like I had anemia really bad and everything in high school, so I was out of school a lot. I would feel like I would be laying on the couch, the parakeets would just start going absolutely crazy, and then they would just stop perfectly still, like somebody clicked their fingers and you would feel like somebody was coming down the hallway, like just feeling that presence. So time goes by, still in that room, kept waking up at exactly 3 o'clock in the morning, and then one morning I am laying in bed, I wake up and I open my eyes and I'm looking, my bed was facing the door and there was a little girl standing right there, and I was terrified, so I threw the blanket over my face and I didn't move it until my alarm went off for school. Like nobody in the house believed me. They thought I was trying to scare them because I am a prankster. I've always been a prankster, but I was terrified. And not long after that, one day my brother comes banging on my door, "Sissy, Sissy." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You gotta come here." I open the door, I'm going down the hall, all the lights in the kitchen and the living room are flickering, and I just stood there and I said, "Stop it." And they turned back on. And like we held hands walking to the bus stop that day. So in that house, for my family, 3 a.m. was always very significant. This is my older sister. This is one I was talking about. So I mentioned the parakeets, but this would happen like all times of the day, but it would be like whenever it shouldn't be happening, like nothing was provoking. You'd have to like either put a blanket or something around their cage for them to calm down, or it would just randomly stop on its own, like something was upsetting them. The whole cage would be shaking. So what she's talking about with the doorbells, my mom actually ended up experiencing some of that whenever we left home. You'd be home by yourself, and it wouldn't be when the whole household was there. It'd be like somebody would be home by themselves, and the doorbells would start going off as if somebody was just like standing there pushing it over and over again, and you'd get to either door and nobody would be there at all. So my niece, my nephew, my sister, my brother, my mom, everyone has had like their own personal experiences in the house, but it's been things that have happened over and over again, like somebody was trying to mess with you. So there's definitely something there, and I would love to go there and see if I could get any sort of responses from someone there. It just has to be when my parents aren't home. They don't want me to do with them there in the house. So that will happen eventually. They live just about an hour south of me. So, yeah. Now you see. Just to quickly answer this before I go into work. Yes, my mom especially, she used to witness the whole doorbell thing a lot, especially when she was home alone. More recently, I got them like Blink cameras from Amazon for Christmas for their house, and she put like, they're inside, and she told me that she keeps getting like message notifications that there's movement in her living room, and then she goes to the app and there's nothing. Like she plays it back, there was nothing there. It just randomly detects motion going on in her living room. So yeah, I've done a video replying to this comment before. As my sister's talking about us growing up,
yesterday my mom calls me and she says, honey, I never got to finish telling you about the rest of the doorbell story, because she, like I said, she had been experiencing stuff. So she said that she was at home one day and the doorbells were going crazy, and she just, at first she felt scared, and then she felt like this feeling of calm, and she knew that it was her grandfather, my great grandfather Lewis. And the doorbells were still going crazy, and she's like, that's right, Grandpa, you haven't got to see the house. And my mom's house has great craftsmanship, woodwork, all of that. And she went to the door and opened the door, and she was talking about the house as if she was talking to him. And she said ever since then, the doorbells have not done that again. She knew it was him wanting to see the house, and, you know, how proud of her he was about it.